Today we're tackling the headline that, well, it doesn't pull any punches. How Google's Pixel 10 Pro will change smartphones forever. I mean, wow, that's a massive claim, right? So let's dig in and see what the argument is all about.
Okay, so let's set the stage here. For the past few years, let's be real, the smartphone market has felt kind of predictable. You know the drill. Every new phone has a slightly better camera, a processor that's a tiny bit faster. It's all been small steps, these little incremental updates, nothing truly revolutionary.
But what if that's all about to change? The whole argument in this Forbes article is that one specific phone is getting ready to just break that pattern entirely. And that phone? Yeah, it's the upcoming Google Pixel 10 Pro.
So the source is making it really clear this isn't just about another phone hitting the shelves. No, this is framed as a major strategic play, one that could totally redefine what we expect from our phones, and honestly shake the whole market to its core.
So where does this whole revolution supposedly start? Well, like a lot of things in tech, it all comes down to the hardware. Specifically, it starts with the chip.
And this is where things get really interesting, because it's all about a huge strategic shift. For years, Google was just like most other Android phone makers. They used Qualcomm Snapdragon chips. They were the standard. But then, with the Pixel 6, Google said, nope, we're doing our own thing. They created their own custom chip, Tensor. And the whole point wasn't just about being the fastest, it was about building a chip specifically for machine learning and AI.
And now for the Pixel 10, Google is apparently making its biggest hardware leap yet. They're moving the manufacturing of their next chip, the Tensor G5, from Samsung over to TSMC. Now, if that name sounds familiar, it's because TSMC is the company that makes Apple's world-class chips. This is a huge deal. We're talking expected jumps in performance, way better power efficiency, and, fingers crossed, it could finally fix some of those overheating issues people have talked about with past Pixels.
But look, this powerful new hardware, it's really just setting the stage. It's the key that unlocks Google's much bigger strategy around software and AI.
And here's a perfect example of what that means. A model called Gemma 3N. Think of it as a super compact yet really powerful AI that's designed to run directly on the phone. We're not talking about sending your data to the cloud for every little thing. This is on-device AI. And that new TSMC-made chip, it's being built from the ground up to make this kind of local AI run like an absolute dream.
Okay, so this is the master plan, right? How does Google actually leverage all this tech? According to the source, it's a three-step play. First, you launch these incredibly powerful cloud AI services. Then, and this is the hook, you bundle a free 12-month subscription with every new Pixel 10. And finally, you use that year-long trial to get millions of people hooked, making these AI tools a part of their daily lives. That's how you build an ecosystem and serious customer loyalty.
And don't underestimate how big of a hook that free subscription is. The AI Pro plan we're talking about, it normally costs $19 a month. That is a huge amount of value they're giving away upfront, all designed to pull you into Google's AI world and make you want to stay.
But here's the thing. The story isn't just about what Google is doing right. A massive piece of this puzzle, according to the article, is about what its biggest rival is doing, or maybe what it's not doing.
Yeah, the article really doesn't pull any punches here, saying that Apple has been seemingly dropping the ball on AI. The idea is that this whole generative AI explosion kind of caught Apple flat-footed. I mean, sure, Apple's used machine learning for years in stuff like their cameras, but they've really seemed to struggle with this new wave of AI tools that everyone's talking about.
And this timeline really lays out the problem for Apple. You can see how the big AI features they announced way back in May 2024 have been hit with delay after delay. First, they weren't ready for the iPhone 16 launch. Then they were pushed to Christmas. And now it's looking like well into 2025. It's a series of stumbles.
And all of those delays, they've created what the article calls a historic window of opportunity for Google. Just think about it. While Apple is trying to play catch-up on the software side, Google is getting ready to launch its third-generation AI-focused chip alongside a whole new suite of AI features.
Okay, so let's put all the pieces together. We've got three main threads here. We've got the superior hardware, an incredibly aggressive AI software strategy, and a major competitor that seems to be a step behind. So, when you lay it all out, the argument isn't just that the Pixel 10 Pro is a little bit better. It's that it's pushing forward on three different fronts all at once. You've got the custom-built hardware from a top-tier maker, you've got the deeply integrated AI software, and you've got a competitive landscape that is just wide open for the taking. And when you put the two phones we expect to see in 2025 side by side, the contrast, at least according to this analysis, becomes really stark. The Pixel 10 Pro is positioned to be the one that's truly AI-ready from day one.
It's built on that new custom chip from TSMC. And with that free subscription, the public might just see it as offering way more value for their money than the next iPhone.
Which brings us to the final, really provocative question that the source material leaves us with. With all these factors lining up perfectly, could 2025 actually be the year that the iPhone is no longer seen as the undisputed king of smartphones? I guess we're all going to have to wait and see.